What do you want me to say? Do you want me to say, yes, I'm being paid by the Illuminati to tell you that the Illuminati isn't real? Because I'm not. I'm getting paid by Home Depot, like $14 an hour to deal with people that don't want to wear masks in a global pandemic. So I can assure you, if I was being paid by the Illuminati to say this, I would not be living in student housing. Do with that what you will. Hey everybody, so today I'm going to be starting what I'm hoping to be like a new series-ish where I kind of just talk about conspiracies and whether or not I think they're possible or logical or like an actual possible thing. I'm just going to look at a conspiracy theory and tell you everything that's slightly impossible or just wrong about it, because I have some strong opinions on a couple of these. So let's get started. Today I'm talking about just the basics of a conspiracy theory that most people know about, the Illuminati. I'm not sure where to start on this, because there's a lot of like intricate details that I could get into, but I don't really want to get into, that I'll probably leave to like the BuzzFeed Unsolved guys. BuzzFeed Unsolved did a video on it several years ago. I would go there if you want more information on the origin of the Illuminati as a thing. But today I'm just talking about the three basic things we all know, like most people are aware of about the Illuminati conspiracy theory, and I'm going to tell you why it's just not a great thing, even to joke about, actually. So yeah, the three main things pretty much everyone has even heard about the Illuminati is A, shape-shifting lizard people from space. B, clones of celebrities and public figures. C, New World Order, which is basically this group of people who may or may not be clones or lizard people that control literally everything. Now, let's start off with the most upsetting and very, very just downright not great one of these. Lizard people from space that shapeshift. So if y'all know anything about like the past and like the stuff with like religion that's happened in the past couple hundred years, a lot of people really used to hate, and some people still hate, Jews. And because of this, they would create crazy caricatures of Jews being either lizard people that ate children and were from space, or like witches or goblins. And all of these caricatures are now a huge thing in modern day life. And a lot of people don't seem to really care where they come from, especially with this one. Because not only is the caricature of lizard people from space that sacrifice children anti-Semitism, I can't pronounce words, but people used to associate Jews also with the Illuminati to excuse why they wanted to kill and get rid of all Jews. So we can just go ahead and cross lizard people off the list of valid things the Illuminati could possibly be, because if you believe in those, or you even entertain the idea, or if you even joke about the idea, you need to take a long look about how you feel about other people and how your actions might affect them. Because that's just not okay in the year 2020 when we're all saying that we're being so progressive and everything, because we're not. Especially if we keep making tiny jokes like this, not even talking about the bigger things that I don't want to talk about in this video. So the first big thing most people know about the Illuminati turns out to be complete bullshit, if you don't mind me saying. So let's just move on to the second one, which is clones of celebrities. First of all, cloning is not how they show in most cartoons or sci-fi, where they make an exact copy of like Shiro from Voltron and have them all in these tanks, and he's exactly the same and he has all these memories. Clones, which people have created, I believe they cloned a sheep years ago, and I know they've done things since, are embryos with the same DNA, like an identical twin. If you've ever met people with identical twins, which I made a whole video about by the way. You can go look for that. They aren't the exact same person, and they don't have like a hive mind. And also, clones can't be mind controlled in any way, shape, or form, according to modern science, which is pretty, I would say viable. And I'm not saying that I don't believe in conspiracies. I love conspiracies. But when conspiracies could harm other people just by existing, I do not like them. And going along that track, celebrities are actual like people and human beings that exist and have like goals and desires and things they're working through in their life. And most of the people that people think are in the Illuminati are singers and like songwriters and artists who really don't have like a lot of say in anything. I need to breathe. So, don't just be disrespectful to an artist because you want to think that there's a new world order controlling the world. They're an actual person that is trying to share their art with the world, and you saying you're a clone, you're trying to brainwash us, probably doesn't make them feel very good. I mean, if you were just walking down the street and you're not even famous and someone says, you're a clone, you're trying to brainwash us, I'm never going to look at you or care about you ever again, what would you even do in that situation? You would probably say, no, I'm not. But then when celebrities say, guess what, I'm not in the Illuminati, I've seen all of your messages, everyone thinks that's proof that they are now in the Illuminati, which doesn't make sense if you look at like how human beings work. So we can also cross off celebrity clones. That is 2 out of 3 main parts of this conspiracy that don't have any validity to them whatsoever. And now to look. A new world order, a secret society of people behind the scenes in every government making things so they can like imprison the majority of the world's population in camps, which would probably take up the entire world, if you don't mind me stealing Shame a Day's point. People hate being told what to do, and like controlling the entire world's population is probably going to be impossible unless there's a legitimate mind control thing that has been invented, which has not, or at least has not been widespread, because people have disagreements constantly. People have different opinions constantly. So if there is this new world order trying to at least control us all, they're gonna give up. I'm just gonna say that. Like, nobody cares that much, especially if they're just humans, which, based on what I've said today, I mean, there could be like aliens trying to control us, but they would probably give up too, because Earth kind of sucks. I mean, it's just not very feasible to me to have a very small portion of the world's population think, hey, I want things to be this way, so let's clone people and infiltrate huge government facilities with just our small group of people and take over the entire world. There's 7 billion people on the planet, and most of them hate each other. So I do not think this is going to work out for them if people are the Illuminati. Also, let me say, there is an Illuminati website, and there's like things that people say like, yes, I'm part of the Illuminati. Let's face it. This is probably a humongous prank by some really bored Gen Zer or maybe a millennial that just said, I know how to make websites. I learned how to in high school. Yeah, high schoolers these days learn how to make entire websites in one class. Anyone can make a website for the Illuminati or for Birds Aren't Real or for the Freemasons or for whatever, because it's easy. And in most cases, it's free or really, really cheap. So, but yeah, so let's just a quick recap. Lizard people bullshit because of anti-Semitism and just flat out bigotry. Clones, that's just rude and slightly impossible. New World Order doesn't make any logical sense if you don't have the first two to back it up. So looks like the Illuminati, well, it was a real thing, and you can look up like the history of it too. I don't want to give you a history lesson because, let's face it, I don't really care that much, and there's only 40 of you, so, yeah. The Illuminati might be like a real thing, but the conspiracy of it is just nothing. It's nothing except for ways to continue old awful traditions, or like old awful thought processes, caricatures, etc. As I mentioned before, it's just a way to argue, and it's a reason to like fight about things. It's a like, why do you want so badly for there to be lizard people trying to sacrifice your children? Like, if like it's not a real thing, but people want it to be, that doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, just let us dream and hope about these things. No, because it's hurting people actively. It's actively adding on different layers to all of the bad things that I've outlined in this entire video. And it's also just dumb. Find other things to be passionate about. You can be passionate about other conspiracies that don't hurt people. I'm gonna make videos about those. I just wanted to get this one out of the way so I didn't have to deal with the fact that they hadn't addressed the fact that this conspiracy theory sucks and is just a bad thing in general, if you would believe any of it. Apart from like the facts that science and history can prove, which is not much. So, I think I've proven my point fairly well. I'm sure I could have done more research, and I could have found a few more things to talk about, but I had to turn my fan off to film this, or else like the audio would have been weird, and it is so hot in here, so I'm going to wrap this up. I'm hoping to do more videos about different conspiracies that I'm going to research. If you have one that you want me to research, or if you have any comments on the Illuminati and things that I didn't quite touch on, or things I may have gotten wrong, go ahead and shoot them down in the comments. I'd love to see them. Go ahead and like, subscribe. You can click subscribe down below, or you can click a button on the screen. You can also see my most recent video also on the screen somewhere. I've said also way too many times today. And yeah, that's everything for today. So, hasta la pasta. I'll see you next time.